Yep.
Thank you. Welcome everyone to the 2024 statutory meeting of the Glenelg Shire Council. I'd like to start this meeting by reading the acknowledgement to country. On behalf of this Glenelg Shire Council, I respectfully acknowledge the traditional lands and waters of the Gundit Jamara, Gamwajali and Bowen Dick people and their respective cultural heritages. I acknowledge the elders past and present here at today's gathering and through them to all Aboriginal people. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people provide an important contribution to Australia's cultural heritage and identity. We respectfully acknowledge the Aboriginal and Torres Strait community living throughout the Glenelg Shire and the contribution they make to the Glenelg Shire's prosperity and well-being. To those present in the gallery today, by attending a public meeting of the Council, you are consenting to your image, voice and comments being recorded and published. Today's meeting will be live streamed and I, as the Chief Executive Officer, will enable a copy of the recording to the public. I call for any apologies, but we don't have any this evening. We'll move on to the first order of business. So the first item on the agenda this evening is item 5.1, the mayoral report for 2023-24. But before I pass over to the former Mayor, Councillor Stevens, I just wanted to present the Mayor with a floral bouquet to thank her from the community and the Council for her year of service as the Mayor of the Glenelg Shire Council. Here you are, Councillor Stevens.
Thank you, Helen. It's very kind of you.
No problem.
Being the Mayor is an exciting opportunity to be heavily involved in the many and various groups and communities that make up the Glenelg Shire. This year has been one of the busiest in my 2 decades involved in the Chamber. The after effects of COVID are still being felt by Council and the community, with the most obvious impact being the ongoing cost of living pressures. For the Glenelg Shire Council, this has meant rising costs of project and service delivery, together with increasing amenity costs. There's also been a reduction in the large government grant funds as each level of government grapples with the post-COVID environment. The Councillor Group have worked closely over the last 12 months with the ministerial-appointed monitor. They have supported us to refine our governance rules, enabling a more efficient council meetings, a renewed focus on the importance of working collaboratively together while responding to the needs of the community. Our tourism economy experienced a buoyant and positive 2023-24 summer season, with cruise ships back on the agenda and visitation rates through our visitor information centres trending towards post-COVID levels. So during the 2023-24 Council made over $280,000 worth of contributions to events which are estimated to have contributed $3.1 million back into our local economy. Summer festivities were a highlight of the events calendar, with approximately 7,000 people attending Christmas and New Year's celebrations across our Shire, with event supports provided $153,000 of Council's contribution. Together with my fellow councillors, we saw a commemoration of strong advocacy over a decade, with the federal government committing $150 million to the upgrade of the Maroona to Portland rail line to support freight transport away from our road network, providing direct safety improvements and supply chain efficiencies. Council also continued its strong focus on its capital project delivery. With the budget adopted in June 2024, the impacts of the rate capping on Council's capacity to deliver improved services or facility maintenance or upgrades have been carefully prioritised. Managing the community expectation is always difficult, but as local authorities across Victoria grapple with the tightening financial position, we are not alone in having to critically look at more efficient ways to manage over 120 services delivered by Council each year. Council was provided with many updates on important areas of service delivery, such as our libraries, our art program, emergency management and our fire preparedness, domestic wastewater action plans, and the transition of our animal welfare centre to an arrangement with the Warrnambool City Council. As set out in our council plan 2021-25, there has been a focus on early years childcare provision. In June 2024, Council adopted the Glenelg Shire Council Early Years Workforce Plan. This was developed to guide the actions, the initiatives and resourcing of the delivery of our high-quality early years services in the Shire. The plan is also in response to the state government's Best Start, Best Life reform, which aims to make childcare more accessible. Throughout the year, membership of the Audit and Risk Committee has provided deeper insights to the diligence and governance of the Council, which makes sure that the risks are mitigated and audits are successfully completed with recommendations actioned. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Audit and Risk Committee Chair and the independent members who have participated in the committee over the last 12 months, supporting improved efficiencies across the organisation and meeting each milestone detailed in the annual audit charter. Council warmly welcome Helen Havercroft as our Chief Executive Officer after an extensive recruitment process. Having taken the reins just prior to the election caretaker period, I know that any returning councillors are looking forward to working with Helen and the staff to continue the momentum that has been created since her arrival. This mayoral period is also the last for this council term, with the general election in late 2024. For the last couple of months, the activities of councillors have been curtailed to permit a fair and unbiased election to successfully take place. So finally, I take the opportunity to thank my fellow councillors, the CEO, the council staff for their commitment to the Glenelg Shire. But I'd also like to convey my gratitude to all of our volunteers, to our members of our community, our local businesses, our primary producers, and all of those that contribute to our communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Stevens. The next item on the agenda is 5.2, determination of mayoral term of office. In accordance with the Local Government Act 2020, Council must resolve to elect a mayor and a deputy mayor for a term of 1 or 2 years. Traditionally, the previous mayoral terms for the Glenelg Shire Council have been a term of 1 year. Would Council like to move a motion? Thank you, Councillor Carr. Is there a seconder to the motion?
I'll move it.
What is the motion?
What's the motion?
Yeah.
Thank you, Councillor Carr.
Thank you, CEO. I move the recommendation that 1 elects a councillor to the position of mayor for a term of 1 year, and 2 elects a councillor to the position of deputy mayor for a term of 1 year.
Is there a seconder to the motion? Thank you, Councillor Pepper. Thank you, councillors. The recommendation has been moved by Councillor Carr and seconded by Councillor Pepper. Those in favour? The motion is carried. Is there anyone against? Thank you. The next item on the agenda is 5.3, election of the mayor for the 2024-25 period. Council has a procedure for the election of the mayor that is incorporated in the council's governance rules. A councillor will only have 1 vote in each round of voting. A councillor will only be declared elected to the position of mayor once it is clear that they have the majority of votes. That in Glenelg Shire Council's place is 4 votes. I will now call for nominations for the position of mayor. Each nomination must be seconded. Once you have all... Oh, that's not for me to read out. Any nominations? Councillor Carr.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Stevens for the position of mayor.
Any seconders for Councillor Stevens? Councillor MacDonald? And is there any other nominations? I will now ask the councillors to vote for the nomination of Councillor Stevens. All those in favour? And all those against?
Only one nomination. It's automatically.
Fabulous. Congratulations. Councillor Stevens is duly elected to the position of Mayor for the period of 1 year. I would like to invite the newly elected Mayor, Councillor Stevens, to come forward to be presented with the mayoral regalia. I'll actually come down here because it's a bit awkward in this space up here. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to invite the newly elected Mayor, Councillor Stevens, Mayor Stevens, to assume the chair and make a short address if you would like.
I like the notation of short. I will keep it short, Madam CEO. Thank you, councillors. And firstly, thanking you. I would really like to also, this is the first public opportunity that I've had to congratulate each of my fellow councillors on being elected to what was an historic election with a total of 4 new councillors joining the council table. And together with our new CEO, we have a great team and great promise ahead. It's certainly a privilege and honour to be elected Mayor and to be rewarded with this opportunity to serve the people of Glenelg Shire. This is a new beginning for Glenelg, filled with opportunity and optimism for a bright future for generations to come. We have some very exciting projects coming our way, which will provide unprecedented growth, opportunities and jobs for future generations. This council will lead the visioning and the planning for the period of growth, and together with our community, we will navigate the challenges and ensure the best possible outcomes will be achieved for our community. But council cannot operate alone. Together with our amazing staff, we will continue to deliver over 120 services daily to our community. So whilst council undertakes its mandatory training now and we get to know each other and we settle into our meeting period, and then we'll get out to our community. And I could only just say thank you very much for giving me the honour to be Mayor. Thank you. Now, what have I done with my page? What did I pay? Right. We'll move on to 5.4, the election of a Deputy Mayor for 2024-25. Page 10 is calling for nominations. Do we have a nomination, please? Councillor Carr.
I'd like to nominate Councillor McDonald for the position of Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Angelino. Are there any further nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor? If not, I'll have a show of hands. It's been moved that Councillor Robin McDonald is to be elected to the position of Deputy Mayor for 2024-25 for a term of 1 year. Been moved by Councillor Carr, second by Councillor Angelino. Those in favour? It's carried. Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Noski. Okay, 5.5, the arrangements for the council meeting on 2024-25 year for the mayoral year. There's a recommendation there on page 12. It flows over to page 13. Is somebody prepared to move that, please? Councillor Pepper.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to move that for the next mayoral year we have meetings in Portland on the 26th of November and the 17th of December, 28th of January and the 25th of February. Then on the 25th of March we go to Hayward. And on the 22nd of April, perhaps should be the 29th of April because of Easter, and there is 5 Tuesdays in that month. On the 29th of April that we go to Caston. Then 27th of May, 24th of June, 22nd of July and 26th of August in Portland, and then the 23rd of September in Casterton again, 28th of October in Portland. The reason that I'm moving a motion is that I believe there's an opportunity to take an extra meeting further into the north of the Shire and get a bit closer to the people.
And number 2, that's item 1, and
Second that.
No, you've got to finish the motion.
finish the motion first.
Statutory council meeting.
The statutory
And the
meeting.
statutory council meeting on the as said on the Wednesday, November the 25th.
No.
And number 4 and 5 inclusive with number 6 on the following page, Councillor Pepper?
Yes?
Okay.
For the next,
Yes, I read that one out, number 4. Just read
the
it.
council meetings commence at 5:30 on the date specified and in item 1 of this recommendation unless resolved otherwise. That the venue of the council meetings be at the Portland Customer Service Centre, Council Chambers, unless resolved otherwise, as specified in item 3 of this recommendation.
Item 1,
Right.
that's right. Item 1, yes.
Yep, as item 1, yep.
And read out.
And the dates of the times, location of the council meetings for the next 12 months be made available to the public.
Well done, Councillor Pepper. Do we have a seconder for that, please? No, Councillor Noski. Okay. So, Councillor Pepper, you do have the opportunity to talk to that, but you really probably already expressed why you wanted those meetings
Yes.
where they are.
Yes,
That's
Madam
fine.
Mayor, yep.
That's fine. Did you have any further to add?
No.
No, not really.
No, thanks.
Councillor Noski, did you have anything further to add?
Yeah, Mayor, I think it's important that we extend beyond the previous protocol of 2 meetings outside of Portland at a time when we need to work at reconnecting with our community. I think this is an important step in doing so.
Thank you. Did any other councillors wish to make any comment? No, that's fine. So we're very clear on what the motion has been, the changes were there for the reasons that are being given. It's been moved by Councillor Pepper and second by Councillor Noski. Those in favour? Thank you. That's carried. And that brings us to the closure of the meeting. Thank you all for your attendance and thank you to those in the gallery that came this evening. Thank you very much.